Hey everybody, welcome back to the show. Now, I know you've never had a migraine. There's something you would never wish upon anyone, but guess what? There's some things that you can do to make yourself feel better and prevent them.
Absolutely. Our good friend Dr. Heidi Roots is joining us, of course, a naturopathic doctor, and we're talking specifically about migraines. What is a migraine?
Migraine is a really, really extensive, severe headache, basically.
Like really bad.
Really bad. It can last from anywhere from 4 hours to 72 hours, and you're pretty much incapacitated.
What? 4 hours to 72 hours?
72 hours.
I've been fortunate. I don't know anyone in my life that suffered a migraine before, but I mean, Fiona's described
I've had a couple in the past, and I do have one friend who has them chronically.
Yeah.
Now, I know it was that exam time at university when I was getting them,
Stress.
so it's a time of
Yeah.
stress. What are some of the other triggers, aside from stress, that cause people to get migraines?
So I treat a lot of people for migraines in my clinic, and I notice that there's three key things that are probably the biggest thing. Adrenal fatigue or sympathetic nervous system dominance, which is when you're in your stressed out mode. Food sensitivities, always going back to the food, but a lot of times there's food that triggers the
Like
migraines.
what?
And again, dairy's a big one, but the biggest one's probably gluten. And
Really?
it's like that silent enemy for a lot of people.
Really?
It creeps in and it manifests itself in ways that they're not digestive, so you don't really think of it, but you take gluten out of a diet, and it's a really easy thing to test for. And then the other one is post-whiplash, post-concussion.
Right.
So
that
a
makes
lot
sense.
of people develop migraines after that, and there's some really good treatments for that as well.
So what's the process you have with the patient when they come in and they say they're suffering from migraines? I mean, you talk about these different triggers. How do you
Right.
sort of sort out what
So
it
the
is?
problem with migraines is they're not well treated conventionally, because usually it's an acute treatment. You're getting a migraine, you try to take something for that migraine, and when you're having a migraine, you're in that stressed out mode anyways, you're in a sympathetic dominant state, your body's not absorbing anything, so medications tend to not
So
work.
you're going to get these heavy-duty painkillers, but they're not going to
They're
be
not
absorbed
working.
into your
Yeah.
system because you're just too tense?
So if you can, exactly.
So you may as well just take them at other times. Just,
Michael.
Preventatively.
right, preventatively.
No.
Well, if you can so if you can find what the trigger is, find out the cause of the migraines, then the migraine's really just a symptom of a problem. So I talk to people about, you know, when their migraines started, what their triggers are, what happens. So have they been going out? Have they been going out, you know, drinking a lot of alcohol, or have they been eating in restaurants a lot? We look at their diet. I look at when their migraines started. Was it right around puberty, right when their hormones started changing? So hormones can trigger
Okay, mine were
migraines.
the kind of migraines take myself out of the stressful situation, and I've been fortunate enough not to get them again. But what about someone like my friend who has them chronically all the time? What are the first steps to discover why she's getting them? Is it changing diet? Is it an
Often.
allergy test?
So what we do is we'd have her come in, we talk about when her migraine started. Well, she's had migraines for as long as she can remember. Back when she was a child, lots of kids get migraines. That's when you start looking at diet. And most of the time, doing a food sensitivity test, because it's not going to be an allergy where you do a skin prick test. That's not going to be what your body's reacting to. It's a different type of immune response. So you do a food sensitivity test where it's just a finger prick, and you take some blood, you test your immune system against different foods. The foods that come up, you take them out, and 99% of the time,
Really?
the migraines go away.
Really?
I was going to ask whether you can eliminate them completely, or are there always going to be, you know, those
Oh yeah,
points
no,
where...
eliminate them completely. Now, oftentimes too, there's a lot of other things that trigger. So there's a
Right.
combination of food as well as
Stress,
stress. So
yeah.
when you're stressed out, your body goes into that sympathetic dominance that we talked about. It's your fight or flight response. One of the things that your body does automatically when you're stressed out is increase blood flow to the brain. So think about you're in the jungle, you're running from the tiger. You need to think quick, you need to get out of there quickly. And so
There's a big song about that. I can't remember what it is.
it's coming from the 80s.
Eye of the Tiger.
Anyway, so
Sorry, we're trying to be serious here, aren't we?
he's never had a
Continue,
migraine.
Heidi.
No.
We'll edit that
Now,
out
you
later.
mentioned gluten, and time and time again, that comes up as the
Yeah.
cause of whether it be digestive problems for people and now migraines. Is gluten good for anything?
Gluten's a big problem for a lot of people, and there's a really interesting study that just came out last year about why are we so sensitive to gluten. And they're figuring now in statistics that 1 in 20 people have a gluten sensitivity, 1 in 150 are celiac, which is the very end of the spectrum for gluten sensitivity, where you're actually getting changes in the intestine. The problem is that we used to use sourdough to rise our bread,
Yeah.
and the bacteria in the sourdough broke the gluten down, so there actually wasn't gluten in bread Now there's gluten in bread that's not being digested. So
Very
it's not
interesting.
new. It's just the way we're working with our food.
Just to skip back to the migraine a little bit and that timeline you're talking about, that 4 hours to 72 hours. Obviously, if people have a combination of factors and they can't completely eliminate them from their life, how do you shorten that timeline? Is there a way to sort of manage it when you feel a migraine coming on so that you don't have that 72
And that's how
hour?
it's done acutely, is there are medications really severe, like some serious heavy-duty medications, painkillers, anti-epileptics are used for migraines often because you're having some vasospasm in the brain. It's the vasodilation, so the blood vessels dilate, and at the same time when they dilate, the nervous system releases chemicals that creates pain.
What is this that we hear time and time again, auras and migraines? What's an aura?
So
and
20% of people who suffer from migraines get an aura, and basically what it is, it's flashes of lights, it's zigzags, it's something that they see visually, and it's not very well understood why there's
That's
an
a
aura.
precursor to you're about to.
Yeah, or it either happens before or it happens
During.
But you'll talk to most people with migraines, and they'll tell you that if their migraine starts, it's pretty hard to stop it.
what about men and women? Is it more common
Yeah,
with either sex?
17% of women suffer from migraines and 6% of men in our population.
Yeesh.
Yeah.
Crazy
Yeesh.
stuff. So,
Yeah, it is.
well, it's
I know, it's
appropriate
awful.
yeesh
It
moment.
does.
So if people do have these issues, go and see you, another naturopath.
We treat it really well because we look at the cause and we go preventatively. So
It's- yeah,
finding
it's
out
Instead
what
of
the
just
cause.
medicate,
Yeah.
Well,
go
rather
and
than
find
trying to
the root.
acutely treat it, going back to, okay, so this is what's going on, this is why you're getting your migraines, we take this food out, or a post-whiplash injury, there's some really good injection treatments that you can do that just open up the head again, down-regulate that stress response. So you think about being in a motor vehicle accident, whiplash injury, it's
Massive
very traumatic, huge stress, your body holds on to that, and afterwards it's hard to break that cycle. So there's lots of really great
And whether
treatments
you
for
be
that
a
as well.
chronic sufferer or somebody who suffered from whiplash, I mean, the heavy-duty painkillers that you have to take in those circumstances have, side effects we don't want to deal with anyway. So
And
if
you
you
have to
can
stay home. I mean,
Yeah.
it just wipes you out. Basically, it knocks you out so that you sleep. And you'll ask anyone if they can get their hands on something that'll knock them out while they're having a migraine. I mean, acutely that's great. But if you can get rid of the migraines and not have to deal with that,
It's a better path.
Yeah.
Thank
that's a
you
better
so
path.
much, Heidi. Great advice. Dr. Heidi Roots, if you wanted to pay her a visit, you can contact her through her website. All the information is right there for you.
Up next.